This video was produced by the UCD Math Support Centre in conjunction with the UCD Access Centre. Stem and leaf plots are a quick way of displaying numerical data. Stem and leaf diagrams have many advantages. Some of them are they are easily created, they show original data, they display outliers, groups and gaps in the data, and you can quickly calculate the mode and the median of the dataset. In comparison, the main disadvantage of stem and leaf diagrams is that they are only suitable for small datasets. Let's have a try of a stem and leaf diagram question. The question states that below are English grades of a class and asks you to construct a stem and leaf plot to display this information. For double-digit numbers, we use the 10 value as the stem. For example, for 31, 3 is the stem, and the units are the leaves. In the case of 31, 1 is the leaf. To draw the stem diagram, we list the stems in order. From the dataset, we can see the stems range from 3 to 9. So we list these stems in order vertically. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We draw a line vertically beside the stems. Next thing we want to look at is the leaves. So for our stem tree, we have one number, 31. So we write down 1. For 4 or 40, we have 3 numbers. We have 47, 47, and 49. So our leaves are 7, 7, and 9. And we do this for the entire data set. Now we have completed the stem and leaf diagram apart from the key. When we do a stem and leaf diagram, we should put in a key so people understand what the stem represents and what the leaves are representing. To do this, we give an example of our stem and then our leaf and put it equal to what it is. So in this case, 31. Now our stem and leaf diagram is complete. In some cases, we want to use a stem and leaf plot for 2 datasets. Considering now that we also have the students' history grades as well as their English grades. In this case, we're going to use back-to-back stem and leaf plots. For the first dataset, we put the leaves to the right of the stems. For the second dataset, we will put the leaves to the left of the stems. You will notice the dataset on top now contains the history grades. We will use the same method as previously. We'll look at each stem in turn and write the leaf beside it. So starting with 3 as a stem, we have one number, 32, so we'll write 2 for the leaf. We have no history grade in the 40s, so we put no leaf down beside the stem of 4. It is incorrect to put 0 down as this would indicate a grade of 40. For the stem of 5, we have 5 grades. We have 55, 57, 58, 58, and 59. And we keep going down through the dataset. Now the back-to-back stem and leaf plot is complete. The last thing we need to do is to put in the key. The key is done slightly differently when there are back-to-back diagrams. There are many questions we could be asked about the stem and leaf plots. For example, are there any outliers? In the history grades, we can see there is no leaf for 4 and only 1 leaf for the stem of 3. The history grade of 32 might be an outlier. Another question we could be asked is the maximum or minimum grade from the stem and leaf plots. In the case of the English grades, this would be 31 and 94. A different question might be, what is the mode of the history grades? In this case, we look at the leaves and see is there any leaf on the same row that appears most often. We can see the number 8 on the stem 7 row appears most often. This means the mode is 78. An important factor in answering this question was that the leaves were in numerical order. For stem and leaf diagrams, the leaves should always be in numerical order. Another stem and leaf diagram question might have a value removed. For example, if we remove the 5 from 65 in the English grades. Now we have an empty value where the 5 was. The question might ask us what value would be suitable for this location. As the leaves are in order, the value must be between 4 and 8 inclusive. We could suggest a value of 5. Other questions might relate to the median of the datasets or some form of distribution. For example, where are they clustered? That concludes our discussion on stem and leaf diagrams.